Hi everyone, it's Simon here from Sterling Coaching and welcome to this slightly later in the day Monday's Moment video. And the reason it's slightly later is that, as you know, there wasn't a Monday Moment last week because I was on vacation, came back late yesterday and this is my first day back and I'm just getting all my technology and camera etc. set up. I did hope to do it outside. But our neighbours are having some windows fitted and it's quite noisy outside, so unfortunately I've had to come in here and do it in the office here with the backdrop. Today I want to talk to you about the question of, in business, would you rather have a parachute or an airbag as your safety device when you're heading off on a project or a journey? That's the topic of today's Monday's Moment. See you in a second. Now, this was inspired by two things. The first one was, as I was away on holiday, I was listening to a new artist that I've found whilst I was doing some Peloton exercises, a guy called Chris Stapleton. If you've not checked him out, great artist, and he's done lots of collaborations with other people as well. But he's got a song that is called Parachute. And as I was listening to this song, Parachute, and about how you can use a parachute to save a relationship, etc., it made me think about an article that I wrote some years ago. And that article was about who packs your parachute. So if you think about things that you do in your business, who do you rely upon to help you, and how trustworthy are they to pack your parachute and to have that attention to detail and attention to your safety that you deserve in a parachute? So that's what it made me think about. And as I was thinking about this, I don't know why, but I thought, if I was on a project, if I was on a journey in my business, would I really rather have a parachute? Because I didn't like the parachute jump that I did many years ago. I felt out of control. I was doing a tandem skydive. And I was okay until it opened, but when it opened, I didn't like not being in control of the parachute, etc. So I thought, would I rather have a parachute where I know it's going to deploy at the top, but I've still jumped out the plane, but I don't know if it's going to work, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to operate it correctly? Or would I rather have an airbag? Something big on the ground that I know I'm going to come down and hopefully I'm going to hit the center of the airbag and the airbag is going to be properly inflated and it's going to save me. Now you might argue, what's the difference between the two? But when you're heading off on some kind of new venture in your business, I want you all to stop and think. And I want you to think about, what do you need to have in place before you jump out of the plane and embark on this new venture? Every good adventure, every good expedition mission not only has all the good things that are going to be happening planned out, but also it has the safety nets, the safety devices for when things don't go quite right. And when you're looking at that, many businesses that I know jump out the plane thinking everything's going to be great, and they hope that if things go wrong, somebody will get an airbag in place to catch me. So I want you to think about that in your own business. Do you want a parachute where you strap it on before you set off? It's not the fact that you don't feel confident, it's the fact that you want to make sure that whatever happens, you can take the action that you need and you can control that action, that pace perhaps, as you're descending, as you're going through this adventure? Or do you want to just remove all the boundaries and the restrictions that a parachute gives you, and that perhaps that way it's perceived by the people on journey, and do you want to go for the airbag? Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but what I am saying is stop and think about it. Where do you want to be on the journey that you've got? Do you want to be on that journey with a parachute strapped to you, or do you want to be on that journey knowing that you've set up an airbag? The most important thing is to do one or the other, or perhaps even both. And that's what you can do. So if you're thinking about taking that leap from where you are to where you want to be, and there's a gap in between, what do you want to be in place as you bridge that gap, as you jump over that crevice? Okay, think about that during the week ahead. Any projects that you've got, any tasks that you're undertaking, just think about parachute or airbag. Which one do I want in place? Which one do I like the thought of the most? And which one is going to better serve me and serve the business and serve the project? That's what I want you to think about in the next week or so ahead. And I want you to think about that in a way that it makes a difference to you and your business. And tell us which one you've chosen. Now, I've got a group, 2 Facebook groups. I've got one for coaches and one for businesses. If you want to join one of those groups and have it perhaps as your parachute, as your safety net, where you can go and ask for advice and ask for help, then please look in the show notes below this video, wherever it's playing, and you will see the links to both Facebook groups. And if you're a coach, join one. If you're a business, join the other. And if you would like to perhaps share some business tips, or perhaps you want to listen to my podcast, either listen to it or be a guest, it's available on all platforms, and you'll have seen it on the ticker there. Just message me if you would like to either be a guest on my podcast or would like the link to the podcast. I hope that that's giving you something to think about for the week ahead. And as always, I look forward to having you on next week's Monday's Moment Live, and hopefully I'll have my tech working a little bit better than I have today and possibly be outside, weather permitting. See you then. Bye for now.